Hey guys, it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Only one more Wednesday left next week. All right, but welcome to today. So, Mr. Whitaker here, as you guys remember, this guy. So let's get to it. Let me share my screen so you guys can see the warm up, and then we'll finish our bending light simulation today, which is some cool stuff. All right, so first thing is you'll go to I'm in Core 1 Schoology, but you'll go to Core 1, 2, 3, or 4. Click on the green folder. Scroll all the way down to Wednesday, May 26th, which is right here. And so a good video that I'll play for you guys. The question talks about how are scientists often portrayed in the media? When they talk about media, they're talking about television, movies, so usually like fictional things. Sometimes maybe they're portrayed on the news as well. Could be something on YouTube. A lot of times they're talking about things that are fictional. Okay? Or even books. So do you think it is accurate? Okay, talking about almost like stereotypes with scientists. So let's see what she has to say here.
Blossom was a pretty bubbly teenager.
What?
I was a more kind of cynical, dark teenager, just because that was my prerogative. People would often say, "Why aren't you smiling? Why aren't you dancing?" Well, not a television character. Like most real females, I wasn't one thing. I was a lot of different things.
I can also rub my tummy, pat my head, and sing "Best You Is My Woman" now at the same time.
As a kid, I was fascinated with concepts of science, but never felt I was cut out for it. I thought of science as hard, and I assumed that there was something about me that wasn't made for it. When I was working on Blossom, I had a biology tutor. Her name was Firuza, and it was her that showed me that science is for women, science is exciting, you can be as passionate and in love with science as you can be about literature or art. She taught the cell as if it was Picasso's most famous painting, and I began to really actually picture myself as a scientist. When Blossom ended, I went to UCLA and I fell in love with the neuron my first semester. The thing that was most interesting to me was the electrophysiology, the voltage jumps, the refractory period. My plan when I was in graduate school was to be a research professor, but I was drawn to teaching. I love teaching science, and that's still something I love doing. But I also love acting, making people laugh and being someone else and drawing emotion out of people. I don't think there's anything particularly spectacular about me that I have both acting interest and science interest. To me, that's just who I am.
Want some coffee liqueur on your ice cream? Ah, here's the alcohol and drug peer pressure Mother warned me about. Yes, please.
Amy Farrah Fowler is the character I play on Big Bang Theory. I can't say that she's the portrait of every woman in science, but she's the portrait of a lot of women in science, I know. Women in science don't have to be frumpy. The Bernadette character really balances out the Amy character. We're showing different kinds of females who are scientists. You know, women can be anything. Where? At my audition, Bill Prady looked at my resume, and under miscellany, it said PhD in neuroscience. And he said, "Is this for real?" And I said, "Yeah." They figured, why not make her a neurobiologist? Because I can answer things if there's any question. I have been called upon for specific neuroscience things for my character. They wanted Amy dissecting brains.
Yay, brain tumor!
And the question came to me, how do you store them? And I said, well, garbage can full of brains in formaldehyde is how it's done in neuroanatomy. And so we have a clear garbage can type structure filled with fluid and fake brains.
Compared to the real-world applications of neurobiology, theoretical physics is what's the word I'm looking for. Cute.
When Sheldon and Amy fight on Big Bang Theory about which is, the better science, I absolutely agree with Amy Farrah Fowler. Neuroscience is the science of how you think about which is the better science.
Are you suggesting the work of a neurobiologist like Babinski could ever rise to the significance of a physicist like Clark Maxwell or Dirac?
Babinski eats Dirac for breakfast and defecates Clark Maxwell.
I love a show that has a physics consultant. I love a show that, has accurate equations on the board.
If you like boards, this is my board.
I love a show about the world of science because it really does accurately show what a lot of our life is like. I had professors when I was an undergraduate that said, "Why are you here? If you could could have the world of acting, why wouldn't you take it? Being a scientist is as exciting, creative, and interesting as being an artist. Looking at the sunset, I love that my brain goes to color, wavelength, rotation of the earth, why the horizon disappears, why it looks different. That's just how I see the world, and I love it. It's like being in love with every aspect of the universe. Did that sound geeky enough? Sorry.
Awesome. Yeah. So how are scientists often portrayed in the media? Do you think it's accurate? Yeah. A lot of times, they're very stereotypical. They look a certain way, or they act a certain way, or act very nerdy. And so they're just trying to show you that there are different types of people out there that do participate in science. And here's somebody who went into acting, or had gone into acting before that, but then remained in acting too, but was very much in the world of science as well. So you guys go ahead and go down here and go ahead and give your comment there. And if you guys need to pause the video, please go ahead and pause right now. All right, we're back. And so today, it's real easy. We're going to finish that bending light Google Doc. So if you don't know how to find that, I'll show you towards the end. Make sure you guys are following directions. Due tomorrow, but we can have some time tomorrow to work on it. Here's the website. You can click open, and you can do it right here within Schoology. If you guys do get done, then there is a magic school bus Ed puzzle. So when you guys are done, and then you can also kind of play around with this color simulation here, and that's there. And I realized I left this one on here too. I didn't mean to, but that's okay, because you have one more thing that you guys can do. So when you guys are done, there's some games on the Legend of Learning, and then you can add to our Padlet if you'd like to. Just real quick before we get ready, I want to show you what you can do over here on the side, as always. So let's see. Yeah, so we're working on that right now. This is where you can find, so it's bending light. That's where you can find the Google Doc with all that information. And then just kind of look down here, because I think there's, here's the magic school bus, but I think some other stuff might be open as well during this time. All right, well, that's all for me, and thanks for listening, and we'll get to work. Let me know what questions you guys have, and enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.